That is really nice of you guys. But let me pull up here. All right, so just some news and notes from today's presser. Obviously, we have an important match on Saturday, which tomorrow we'll look ahead at it and we'll preview that. But this is from Philadelphia Soccer Now, so make sure you guys are following it. Just some news and notes I want to follow through here. They did a great job of covering it here today. Number one, Curtin says Bueno has recovered. I think Jose, who is in the comment section right now, actually, I think I saw his picture, or it was Jimmy, one of the two, doing a great job covering the Union. But I did see the picture of Bueno practicing, training, so that's good news. Obviously, Ali not playing on Saturday. That's important as well. The midfield depth has been something we've talked about over the past couple weeks, and so if Bueno could train and play, that is huge. Gazek is 100%, and more importantly, right here, Leon Flock is back from seeing doctors in Germany. He got a second opinion, and now we could be talking about him out just a couple weeks. Obviously, we have what, like, was it 7 matches in 29 days? So if you can have him back before, was it August, the second week of October or the first week of October, we're done the regular season. If you can have him by playoffs, I think if you can have him by playoffs, that is the best case scenario. Having that depth from Leon Flock would be really important. And of course, Daniel Gazdak, a little bit of a scare against the Red Bull match, but really cool to see that he can be back here. Curtin did talk about the Olympiacos offer that we talked about before. They did receive real offers with real dollars, quote unquote, according to Jimmy Boy. But again, we know about that rumor. The Union denied that, and I think Jim actually talks about it a little more here. We'll have him here till the end of the season, and my message to him is continue scoring goals, make a run at the Golden Boot. Let's try to lift the trophy together. So we talked about this. Like, there's just no way I would predict that he would leave before the winter period. And obviously, we're done now, so we have to wait until the winter. But I think for sure the winter period is when Julian Carranza will be gone. I mean, we heard 7.5 mil. We don't even know what else has been offered. So I think that it is safe to say that Carranza could be gone here. Curtin said that Albright should be the sporting executive of the year. Pat Noonan should be coach of the year. They're close friends still. He's a little bit biased, but listen, listen, this is Jim being Jim, man, being Mr. Nice Guy, which I get it, man. Definitely play into their bag, man. But I mean, listen, Noonan, we talked about that last year. Like, the coaching job he did last year was more impressive than what he did this year, in my honest opinion. If you guys have watched any of my previews before the season, I had Cincinnati near the top of the table. So to me, this is not entirely surprising. But what Albright has done is pretty impressive. I mean, he's put together a competitive roster for Noonan to manage here. Being able to sell off Brenner, I think Vasquez is gone at the end of the year as well. I don't think Acosta is going to go, but you can't deny that his value has gone up. I mean, he's having an MVP type season. So being able to get some players that Cincinnati in the past have spent money for players, but these are now players that are worth money that fit what they're trying to do. And you're seeing the fruits of their labor because they're winning soccer games and they're about to compete now for Supporter Shield. So there's certainly some crossover, but make no mistake, those two guys have done this themselves. They've done it and they deserve all the credit. But they've built there, so that part doesn't have anything to do with Philadelphia. Okay. Jim giving them some kudos. So Jakob Glezes is looking to play his 99 or 100 straight MLS match if he starts and plays on Saturday, and that's pretty dope. But this was even funnier. This next comment, he goes, Jakob doesn't know who Cal Ripken is, but it is Cal Ripken-esque. Can you imagine, like, that conversation? Like, Jim is just looking at Jakob Glezes like, what you're doing, that's Cal Ripken-esque, and Jakob is looking like, who the fuck is Cal Ripken? That's freaking awesome, man. We talked about Bedoya being out. It truly sucks, man. It is going to be weird because all the players will be back from international break, the guys that are gone, but they're going to have like 2-3 days to prepare for Cincinnati. So it's not going to be easy whatsoever. Curtin notes that the team has won 27 games this year in all competitions, which is the most in team history. 40 matches, guys. 40 matches these guys have played this year. It's incredible. And dude, they've won over half of those matches. I mean, I know 22 is not, 30, but it's impressive still. Still impressive. Yes, that still counts. And that's really it from the presser there. So obviously the big ones is the injury report that you got there, but we'll have to continue monitoring it. And I truly believe here that this team, they're gonna have to, and I talked about it yesterday on the Philly Union podcast, they're gonna have to find the extra gear because the Union have never played this many matches in a season. And now you're gonna have to go into the gauntlet of all gauntlets, and that's the MLS Cup playoffs. This team has done well in tournament like situations, including those playoffs, but this is going to be a different animal. I mean, New England, I don't know what to think after the Bruce Arena situation. Orlando's always going to be tricky. They may not scare you, but you know they're going to be tricky. And obviously Cincinnati. And, you still got your Columbuses of the world, Atlantas of the world. And I don't even want to talk about my right now, but Jesus Christ. So it's not going to be as easy as it has in the past. Turkish window is still, so you're saying if Turkey is still, but doesn't that, but okay, yeah, you're right, it depends on the league and that team that wants to buy for sure. I mean, does Turkey want him? 10 mil. No, I'm just kidding. I think in general they would want to. I mean, like you tell me, Jose, so you think like in the winter, if Olympiacos were to throw that 7.5 million deal, would you think the Union would take that at that point, or is it just the time of the year? That is going to be interesting to see.